Tonight's internet meltdown didn't just knock on the door, it kicked it off the hinges, flipped the couch, and went live while doing it. The Chrisean rock CPS chaos, the sudden new boo rumors, the wild side claims, and Karlissa stepping up with a loud, headline-shaking "I never called the police" has turned social media into a full-blown reality show with no producers and way too many narrators. This isn't regular drama, this is deluxe surround sound. Ultra HD confusion with bonus commentary from people who learned law from comment sections, and somehow every update makes the story messier, louder, and 10 times more unbelievable. The timeline is tangled like headphone wires in your pocket. One post says one thing, another clip says something else, and a live stream pops up like a plot twist nobody ordered but everybody watches. Receipts are flying, denials are dropping, and reactions are exploding faster than a group chat after a leaked screenshot. You've got internet detectives zooming into reflections in sunglasses, body language experts analyzing blinks, and rumor scientists building theories out of 3 emojis and a repost. This makes celebrity drama look like a comic book club meeting, and just when people thought they had the suspect list ready and the blame neatly packaged, boom, Karlissa throws a denial grenade into the middle of the conversation and walks away like an action movie hero. Now everyone's arguing, choosing sides, switching sides, and replaying clips like it's game film before the championship. Nobody wants to wait for facts. Patience left the chat hours ago. What you're about to hear is the full chaos map, the claims, the clapbacks, the online outrage, and the reputation shockwaves. Because this situation didn't just escalate, it installed an elevator and pressed the top floor button. Stay locked in, because every minute of this story sounds more unbelievable than the last. The storm didn't start with thunder. It started with whispers, reposts, and a few suspiciously confident captions. 1 minute the timeline was doing its usual scroll and forget routine, and the next minute, boom, everybody was talking about CPS chaos tied to Chrisean rock's world like it was breaking international news. No official press conference, no neat timeline, just a messy explosion of claims, reactions, and I heard from somebody who knows somebody energy. Social media turned into a 24-hour rumor newsroom where the anchors are anonymous and the facts are optional. And as always, the loudest voices showed up first with zero breaks and maximum confidence. It spread the way online fires always spread: fast, emotional, and completely allergic to context. A clip gets posted, someone adds a dramatic caption, another account reposts it with siren emojis. Suddenly, the narrative is sprinting without supervision. People weren't asking what happened, they were announcing what happened. That's the modern formula. Step 1, assume. Step 2, amplify. Step 3, argue with strangers like you're billing hourly. By the time calmer voices arrive, the internet has already built a whole movie trailer out of guesses. Chrisean rock's name started trending again, and at this point her name trends so often it should have a reserved parking spot on the algorithm. Supporters rushed in saying people were exaggerating, critics rushed in saying people were hiding things, and neutral viewers grabbed snacks and refreshed their feeds like it was a live sports event. Nobody. Why wanted to be late to the outrage party? Because online, being first is more important than being right, and being loud is more important than being accurate. Then the situation picked up extra fuel, the new boo rumors. And you already know how the internet handles possible relationships, like a crime lab. Every photo became evidence, every background figure became a suspect, every emoji became a confession. Folks were doing zoom-ins so aggressive they could probably read serial numbers off ceiling fans. A shadow in the corner of a video turned into a confirmed sighting. 2 people standing near each other turned into a wedding announcement. The investigation energy was so intense you'd think romance required federal clearance. Now mix that relationship speculation into CPS chatter and watch the internet lose what little balance it had left. Because when 2 separate rumor streams collide, they don't cancel out, they multiply. People started connecting dots that weren't even on the same page. Suddenly, theories appeared that looked like conspiracy corkboards with red string. And sleep deprivation. If overthinking burned calories, the entire timeline would be in championship shape, and right when the digital jury thought it had reached a verdict. Karlissa stepped into the spotlight and dropped the sentence that flipped the table. She said she did not call the police. Not indirectly, not vaguely. Direct denial, clear, sharp, headline ready. The kind of statement that doesn't lower the temperature, it turns the stove higher. Because nothing energizes the internet more than a denial. Online culture treats denials like plot twists, not conclusions. Within minutes, reaction videos popped up like mushrooms after rain. She's telling the truth. She's covering something. Read between the lines. Watch her tone. Suddenly, everyone became a human lie detector powered by vibes and pause button analysis. People replayed her words like it was slow-motion sports footage. Tone analysts, facial expression professors, and body language detectives all clocked in at once. Credentials, none. Confidence, unlimited. The backstory started getting dragged back into the spotlight too. Old clips resurfaced. Old arguments got replayed. Old tensions were dusted off and presented like brand new evidence. The internet loves a callback episode. Nothing ever expires online. It just waits in the archive for its comeback tour. People were saying, remember when? So often you'd think the timeline was a History Channel marathon. Meanwhile, sarcasm and comedy entered the chat. Because that's social media's favorite coping mechanism. Memes rolled in fast. Parody captions, mock trial edits, fake courtroom, sketches. The situation became half scandal, half stand-up routine. That's the strange duality of internet drama. It can be treated like a crisis and a joke at the exact same time. One post screams outrage, the next one adds a laugh track. But underneath the jokes and exaggerations, you could see something else. Reputation pressure building. Because when CPS gets mentioned in any celebrity-related conversation, the tone shifts instantly. Brands get nervous, fans get defensive, critics get louder, the topic carries weight, and even rumors about it hit like heavy headlines. Whether claims are confirmed, denied, or misunderstood, the association alone creates shockwaves, and shockwaves travel far in the influencer economy. Livestream panels started forming like emergency meetings. Everybody had a theory and a thumbnail. Ready, voices talked over each other. Chat messages flew by faster than auction bids. People weren't just discussing, they were performing their opinions. Volume replaced evidence. Certainty replaced patience. It wasn't a conversation anymore. It was competitive outrage with background music. What makes this saga even wilder is how every participant thinks they're the reasonable one. Every side believes they're defending truth. Every critic thinks they're exposing lies. Every supporter thinks they're protecting fairness. Nobody wakes up thinking, I'm here to misunderstand everything. Yet somehow, misunderstanding still wins MVP every time. That's the magic trick of viral controversy. It turns confusion into confidence. And let's talk about speed. Traditional news moves like a train. Internet scandal moves like a rocket. Strapped to a rumor, developments don't unfold. They detonate. A 10-second clip becomes a 10-hour debate. A single sentence becomes 1,000 interpretations. Clarifications arrive late and get half the attention. Corrections show up and get ignored like terms and conditions. First impressions become permanent tattoos on public opinion. By now, the audience is split into 3 loud camps. One side says the accusations are overblown and weaponized for clicks. Another side says there's more truth hiding behind the noise. The third side just wants the next update like it's the next episode drop. And honestly, that third group might be the most honest, because modern drama consumption looks a lot like binge watching with comment privileges. The tension keeps building because nobody wants to be the last to react. Silence online is treated like guilt, hesitation is treated like strategy, and clarification is treated like spin. So statements get rushed, responses get emotional, and wording gets dissected like literature class. A misplaced phrase becomes a trending topic. Defensive tone becomes a headline. Nuance doesn't survive here, it gets trampled by hot takes wearing running shoes, and the wildest part, we're still at the beginning of the fallout curve. Because when denial statements meet viral speculation, the story doesn't end. It mutates, more clips will surface, more interpretations will appear, more people will insert themselves into the narrative like surprise guest stars. This saga isn't cooling down, it's preheating. And if the internet has proven anything, it's that calm resolutions are bad for engagement and great for being ignored. So now the board is set, CPS chatter in the air. Relationship rumors in rotation, Karlissa's denial echoing through every repost, comment sections sharpening their keyboards, reaction channels warming up their microphones. Nobody agrees, everybody reacts, and the drama machine keeps printing new chapters by the hour. And if you think this is where the story peaks, you must be new here, because online controversy doesn't peak early. It escalates like it's trying to win an award. Just when people thought the situation couldn't get louder, the internet grabbed a megaphone, a drum set, and a fireworks truck. The reactions didn't just continue, they multiplied. Commentary channels started popping up like emergency weather alerts, each one claiming they had the clearest radar on the storm. Every creator suddenly had a full breakdown, a real truth thread, or a what they're not telling you special. According to the algorithm, we were now in episode 7 of a series nobody remembers starting, but nobody can stop watching. Celebrity edges and voices began circling the topic, too, and you could feel the shift from gossip to spectacle. When drama hits a certain decibel level, everyone wants a quote attached to it. Some offered cautious takes, some threw subtle shade wrapped in motivational language. Some posted cryptic messages that were about as subtle as a marching band in a library. You know the type, the truth always comes out. Posted right when a scandal trends. Not naming names, but naming timing. Memes evolved from simple jokes into full cinematic universes, edited clips with dramatic soundtracks, fake courtroom intros, mock breaking news graphics. Somebody turned the denial quote into a remix. Track within hours. I'm telling you, the internet can turn tension into a soundtrack faster than producers with deadlines. If chaos had a DJ, social media would already be on the third remix. Then came the expert era, and by expert, I mean people with strong opinions and unlimited battery life. Legal breakdowns from people who have never seen the inside of a law school. Child services procedure explained by accounts that usually post dance clips. Relationship psychology delivered by usernames like Dramaslayer77. Confidence levels, sky high. Verification levels, underground. But presentation beats credentials online, and whoever sounds sure wins the round. The debate panels got wilder. Livestream rooms filled with split screens and louder voices. Nobody answering questions, everybody answering louder. It sounded like 10 podcasts fighting for custody of the same microphone. Every sentence started with "let me be clear" and ended with zero clarity. Interruptions flew like dodgeballs. Moderators tried to keep order and got trampled like folding chairs at a stampede sale. Meanwhile, the Nubu rumor storyline refused to sit quietly in the corner. Oh no, that subplot put on running shoes and joined the marathon. Internet. Investigators kept building romantic conspiracy theories out of camera angles and proximity. People tracked follows, unfollows, likes, and timestamps like stock market charts. If two people blinked in the same time zone, someone declared them emotionally exclusive. Privacy never stood a chance. It got run over by Zoom features and curiosity. Pop culture comparisons started getting more outrageous by the hour. Folks said this saga had more plot twists than 3 reality shows and a courtroom drama combined. Others claimed the storyline changes faster than superhero movie timelines. One viral post said keeping up with this drama requires a flowchart, a whiteboard, and emotional insurance. Honestly, they might be underselling it. This situation needs a GPS and a helmet. Public outrage turned theatrical. Not just disagreement, performance disagreement. Long posts with numbered arguments, video responses to response videos. People weren't just reacting, they were auditioning. Every take delivered like a closing statement. Every rebuttal delivered like a diss track. And of course, every side accusing the other side of missing the obvious, which is internet code for you don't agree with me. Supporters rallied harder too. Defense threads appeared with bullet points and timestamp clips. Context campaigns launched. Watch the full video, listen to the whole statement. Stop twisting it. Digital defense squads moved. Like organized teams, pushing back against what they saw as exaggeration and narrative stretching. It became less about what happened and more about which version of the story people were emotionally invested in. Critics answered with escalation. Convenient timing. Too many coincidences. Questions still unanswered. Skepticism wrapped in certainty. Now presented like a documentary voiceover, nobody said maybe, they said obviously. That's the internet's favorite word. Obviously this, obviously that. Obviously based on absolutely nothing provable yet. But obviously. Reaction. Content creators added fuel with dramatic storytelling edits, thunder sound effects, zoom cuts, red circles and arrows like we're solving a football play. Titles screaming about bombshells and exposes. Thumbnails with shocked faces so intense they look like they saw a ghost steal their lunch. Subtlety was declared missing and never reported found. The sarcasm got sharper too. Jokes about how social. Media now runs its own unofficial investigation bureau. People saying the comment section deserves a badge and a pension. Others joke that rumor speed has broken the sound barrier and now travels by teleportation. Humor became the pressure valve. Laugh or argue, pick one. But underneath the jokes, brand risk conversations started getting louder because controversy doesn't just trend it in voices. Sponsors watch, platforms watch, future collaborators watch. Reputation in the influencer celebrity space is like glass. Once cracked, always visible. Even if repaired. Some people insisted this would blow over like last week's outrage. Others said this one sticks longer because of the topic weight. Nobody knows, but everyone predicts with absolute certainty anyway. Then came the narrative twist. Attempts, posts reframing motives, people suggesting misunderstandings, others suggesting manipulation. Competing storylines formed like rival movie studios, each one with its own trailer, fan base, and comment army. Pick your version, pick your villain, pick your hero. Merchandise coming soon. What's fascinating is how quickly nuance gets evicted. Complex situations become simple slogans. Multi-layered stories get flattened into hashtags. Human messiness gets turned into team jerseys. You're either with this side or that side. Middle ground is treated like a mythological creature. And through all this noise, every new clip, every repost, every denial replay added more heat instead of light. The signal-to-noise ratio fell. Off a cliff, facts walked into the room and couldn't get a word in. Emotion grabbed the mic and started a concert. By now, the scandal wasn't just a story. It was an ecosystem. Memes feeding reactions, reactions feeding videos, videos feeding debates, debates feeding more memes, a self-sustaining outrage generator powered by attention and caffeine. Turn it off. Impossible. The algorithm already ordered seconds, and just when it felt like the chaos had reached maximum volume, new angles started forming about consequences, relationships strained, alliances tested, loyalty questioned. Because drama never stays contained, it spreads like glitter at a craft table. Once it's out, it's everywhere, and nobody remembers who opened the jar. The fallout phase was loading. And if history is any teacher, fallout is where things get even messier. Now comes the phase nobody plans for, but everybody ends up living through, the fallout chapter. This is where the shouting slows down just enough for consequences to walk into the room wearing heavy boots. Because viral chaos is fun for spectators, but for the people inside the headline, it hits like a pressure wave. Reputations get stress-tested. Relationships get strained. Loyalty gets audited like tax season with Wi-Fi. And suddenly the same people who were joking yesterday start saying, "This might actually be serious." The public perception meter started swinging like a broken speedometer. One day sympathy spikes, the next day skepticism trends, support rises, then doubt rises higher. It's like watching emotional stock market candles: green, red, green. Red, except the currency is trust, and trust online is fragile. It shatters quietly and spreads loudly. Once audiences start questioning motives, every word gets inspected like a suspicious package. For Chrisean rocks public image, this kind of moment creates a reputation fork in the road. One path leads to narrative recovery, clarification, controlled messaging, calmer updates. The other path leads to extended controversy, more reactions, more rebuttals, more gasoline on a fire that already has its own zip code. Internet fame isn't just about popularity anymore. It's about turbulence management. Celebrity now comes with a built-in storm tracker. Karlissa's denial kept echoing through reposts and reaction loops. And denials online behave like boomerangs. They come back again and again with new commentary attached. Some viewers took her at her word and treated the statement like a line drawn in concrete. Others treated it like a chess move in a bigger strategy game. The same sentence. Two completely different interpretations. Welcome to the digital courtroom, where every juror brings their own storyline. What makes this stage extra volatile is silence gaps. When updates slow down, speculation speeds up. The internet hates empty space. It fills it with theories like foam insulation. No post becomes suspicious. A delayed response becomes a secret plan. A short reply becomes tone people read. Meaning into punctuation like they're decoding ancient symbols. 3 dots in a caption suddenly qualify as emotional evidence. Behind the scenes, or at least what people imagine is behind the scenes, everyone assumes. Emergency meetings are happening, PR calls, strategy talks. What do we say next? Sessions. Whether that's true or not almost doesn't matter, because the audience believes it is, and perception drives engagement harder than reality. Online culture runs on what feels plausible, not what's provable. Relationships around the situation start getting analyzed like game film. Who defended who stayed quiet, who posted vague quotes, who unfollowed who. Social media behavior becomes emotional Morse code. A missing leg turns into a loyalty crisis. A neutral comment becomes betrayal. A supportive emoji becomes a sworn alliance. Never in history has a heart icon carried so much imaginary legal weight. The new boo rumor thread also enters its consequence phase, because once a relationship rumor gets big enough, it stops being gossip and starts being identity. People attach meaning, motive, and moral judgment to a situation they can't even confirm exists. That's the internet's favorite magic trick, turning maybe into definitely and definitely into character analysis. Romance speculation becomes reputation commentary in record time. Brand conversations grow louder here too. Not just fan brands, business brands, collaborations, partnerships, platform deals, all of them live on the fragile ecosystem of public sentiment. Controversy doesn't automatically cancel opportunity, but it does attach risk labels. Some brands love loud attention, others run from it like it's a fire drill. The question becomes, is the noise profitable or poisonous? And the answer changes depending on who's counting. Audience fatigue also starts creeping in, and that's a hidden villain in every viral saga. At first people are energized, then they're invested, then they're exhausted, when every update feels like a remix of the last update. Casual viewers drift away and only the most emotionally attached remain. The crowd shrinks but gets louder, like a late-night debate table where nobody plans to leave. But here's the twist: fatigue never fully kills a story like this. It just puts it into hibernation mode, because all it takes is one new clip, one leaked message, one unexpected interview, and boom, the drama wakes up like it had an alarm clock set. These scandals don't disappear. They pause. They wait in the archive like sequels. Another consequence layer is narrative branding. Moments like this permanently edit how future stories get interpreted. After controversy, neutrality is gone. Every future action gets filtered through the scandal lens. A normal post becomes damage control. A happy post becomes distraction. A serious post becomes strategy. Once the lens installs, it doesn't uninstall easily. And let's talk about the audience psychology shift. Viewers start dividing creators into categories: trustworthy, questionable, dramatic, defensive. These labels stick harder than glue, even if details later change. First, strong impressions behave like permanent ink. Corrections travel on foot. Accusations travel by rocket. The media-style reaction channels also face their own consequence curve. Some get praised for being careful. Others get dragged for being reckless. Receipts get reviewed. Old statements get replayed. The commentators become part of the story they were covering. That's the boomerang effect of outrage coverage. Throw it hard enough and it circles back to your own doorstep. Meanwhile, curiosity refuses to die because unresolved tension is addictive. People want the final answer, the missing piece, the unseen clip, the definitive explanation. Closure is the most wanted product online, and it's always out of stock. So viewers keep watching just in case the next upload contains the truth bomb everyone's been promising for 3 days straight. The biggest illusion in moments like this is the idea of a clean ending. Viral controversies almost never end with a neat conclusion and a moral lesson. They end with a fade out and a new headline stealing the spotlight. Not solved, replaced, not closed, overshadowed. The internet doesn't resolve, it rotates. And that's where the lasting tension lives, because even when the noise lowers, the questions stay parked. Who was right? Who was wrong? Who exaggerated? Who misunderstood? Different viewers walk away with different verdicts, and everyone thinks theirs is final. Multiple endings for the same story. Choose your own adventure. Argument edition. But if history is undefeated at anything, it's this: where there is smoke, attention follows. And where attention follows, another chapter usually isn't far behind. Because in the influencer celebrity drama universe, quiet weeks are just commercial breaks. And if your jaw is on the floor right now, good. That means you're paying attention. Because this is exactly where the internet separates the casual scrollers from the certified drama analysts. This story is still unfolding, the receipts are still loading, and the next twist could drop at any moment like a surprise album nobody saw coming. One new clip, one new statement, one unexpected live, and the whole narrative flips again. That's why you don't watch this channel later. You watch it first. If you made it this far, you already know we don't do boring recaps here. We connect the chaos, decode the noise, and serve the scandal with extra spice and zero sleep. So go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you money. Like it borrowed your charger and never gave it back. Like it said 5 minutes and disappeared for 3 days. Hit subscribe and lock in, because these celebrity plot twists drop faster than apology notes and twice as dramatic. Drop your verdict in the comments right now. Do you believe the denial? Do you think the rumors were stretched? Or do you think this whole situation still has a hidden chapter waiting to explode? I read the comments, I feature the smartest takes, and yes, the funniest roast might get pinned. Choose your side, present your case, bring your evidence and your sarcasm. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown, because while other channels whisper the drama, we put it on stadium speakers. New scandals, surprise leaks, reputation earthquakes, they land here daily. Stay loud, stay curious, and remember, in the world of viral chaos, silence is suspicious and screenshots live forever. This is your front row seat to the storm, only on Celeb SYNC.